purely by chance, I saw an announcement this morning that says the Vuelta, which is the Tour of Spain, passes by here today. Seemed silly not to watch it, but then I saw, I'm just packing the car, and then I saw where it's going, because of course watching a cycle race is much better if they're going uphill, because sorry for the scrappy filming, I'm a little bit of a hurry. Yeah, it's better to watch it on an uphill stretch because they go slower, and they're going into the Pyrenees, and they're going on a road that I often drive to the Pyrenees on. So I'm gonna just throw in a picnic in the car. They're due to start in 3 hours time. It takes me 2 hours to get there, so I should be ahead of them, but when they close the road I don't know. So anyway, that's what I'm trying to do. I've also packed an umbrella because, difficult as it is to believe, the forecast today is for rain this afternoon. This morning I've got the lawnmower going, just cut, I can't say that's a lawn, I cut the grass anyway, so it's looking quite neat. And what's the time? It's 11 o'clock. So I'll get going, have a picnic en route somewhere, or maybe when I found somewhere to stop. It has completely disrupted my plans. I was going to go shopping today, do the laundry, I need a new gas canister and things like that, but it doesn't happen very often that something like the Vuelta comes so close. So, fork with which to eat my rice that I made last night for dinner. I think I've got everything. I've got cameras, I've got money for fuel, I've got an umbrella for the rain if it does happen, I've got my sat nav, I've got a map, cameras, something to read while I'm waiting, a chair to sit on. I think that's all I need. So, on y va. I just passed a sign saying the road was closed here, but it's not yet. You can see the barriers because this is the route. So I hope that means that I'm going to be ahead of the road closures. I see, I don't know how far ahead, but well, it's 3 hours before they set off, and they set off half an hour down the road maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I shall we'll see how it goes. I've just passed a rental van, and they're putting up those signs. There's men in high-vis, so hopefully I am far enough ahead that I won't be disrupted. The flip side is I was thinking of just following the route, but I won't be able to if there's no signs up, although I think apart from the bit around Perpignan, the rest of it is on the main road. So there isn't really a lot of alternative anyway for them, or for me, or for lorries and what have you. So hopefully they'll keep the road open until relatively close to when the riders are coming through. The Tour de France is a complete road closure. I don't know whether the Vuelta will be a rolling road closure. Probably not. It's all a bit of an experience for me because I've never had anything to do with the Vuelta before, but I am following the route at the moment anyway that the riders will be doing, so they'll be going pretty fast along this section. It's not really until an hour after Perpignan that they start to climb. These warning arrows are not normally there. It is quite a steep corner. under the bridge, and then another steep corner. Saying I speak no Spanish, so these are, well, that's the end of the feeding zone, but the signage sort of makes sense. I'm much more used to the Tour de France iconography, but I suppose it's gonna make sense because the cyclists come from a huge range of countries, so it will be broadly similar, so they all understand what's going on, and the teams as well. I suppose I have the advantage that this vehicle is not very big, and also I can park off-road a bit, so that's busy. Steep again, I'm in second. Music is a bit of a cliche. Yeah, I can't see. No, I can't see. At the bottom, Juntas is a government thing. Oh no, Puerto de Montaña, door of the mountains. So maybe this is the top of the climb. Seems a bit crazy in a way that coming up the hill, there were places where there were lots of people already setting up camp to wait, and here there's no one, and I would have expected this to be the point, but maybe the action is more down there than here. I walked back to what seemed like a reasonable spot. It's still a little bit steeper, and there's an S-bend in the road, so I'll get to see them for a little while before they arrive here. Top cyclist speed, 20 seconds maybe less than that. You can count it later. I've heard very little French, I have to say. There's a lot of French registered cars, so I don't know whether I'm hearing French speaking Catalan, or whether they're Catalan from Spain speaking Catalan, or whether they're Spanish speaking Spanish. Always a world champion going the wrong way. I don't know whether there's a publicity caravan. I have seen quite a lot of team buses and things. Like that one. And the Bahrain Victorious has what looks like a horse box, or well, it was a big converted lorry. This one, on the other hand, is just an ordinary local bus. I presume those two yellow cars from Perpignan are first aiders. They don't look like police, and I don't know whether they're for riders or for spectators. There are cyclists getting exhausted climbing up here, or people getting sunstroke. You don't ever see any of this sort of background stuff on television. Only when you come just to sit beside the road and watch the thing build up that you see what goes on behind the scenes. Maybe they decided somewhere else is better. I'm about 400 meters maybe from the summit, but this looks like a, well, you can see more from here because of the S-bend. As I haven't been watching any highlights, this is only the third day anyway, I've got no idea which team is in it. So Q365 are, Astana are, Lotto are, don't know that one, but that could be a Spanish team. But say this is totally surprised today, completely unexpected. Some of the bus drivers are even wearing team kit. And I've seen a Spanish police car and 2 Spanish police motorbikes. There've been 1 or 2 riders cycling up here, obviously just young amateurs, and they're getting clapped by the crowd. The crowd smattering. Now I see why the riders always say this is a much more low-key race, less pressure, more relaxed. It's less than 2 hours until the riders should be coming past, and they haven't closed the roads yet. In Tour de France terms, it would have been well and truly closed, and the publicity caravan would be heading soon, and all you'd get now is policemen racing up and down, and team cars and press cars, etc. and so forth. But no, it's still normal traffic, as you can see. So here's a group of amateur cyclists. I did hate the weather forecast. It's been lovely and sunny up till now, but the clouds up there are looking less so. So I've gone back to the car and got my umbrella just in case. It's only 3:30, so still an hour and a half before they come past at their earliest reckoning, so it could be a lot longer after that. It might miss us. I think we've still got quite time to go, but I imagine that must mean the road is closed now. I just checked on my phone, it said they're just going through the final sprint, which is, what was it, 30 kilometres from here? There's a few chestnuts falling off the tree. Still, I've got my umbrella up anyway, so they'll bounce off that. It's got quite windy, but it might miss us, the thunderstorm. Haven't heard any thunder for a few minutes now. Here I am under my shelter. There's a few of what I would call as proper team cars. See, that one's got various radio masts and things, so maybe it's radioing back about road conditions or the weather. Some actual bicycles from the neutral service car. Spanish, but I think these are French police being dropped off, probably, as I say, to close the roads. The helicopter has appeared down in the valley, and you can see the people over there watching its progress. It's about, the race is about 15 minutes away, I think. I can't see as much as I hoped with people standing up, but there you go. I don't have to tell you that the rain's getting heavier. You can hear it, I'm sure. I'm so glad I went back for my umbrella. It's going to be difficult to see a rider in this. The mountains have all but disappeared. There they are, two of them. Peloton is very close behind. Now hailing, and the hailstones hurt. I'm gonna hide. Well, that was an incredible experience.
On vous aide à transporter les chaises.
I thought it was getting cold. Oh, there's another rider. Just got two riders gone past. Obviously the race hasn't entirely finished. Well, they say take clothes for all weathers when you come to the mountains, don't they? And this is why. Gosh, I thought my umbrella would be sufficient, but I hadn't expected it to be so cold. And now I know why it got so cold. Oh. Well, that was an experience. Oh. My feet are now icy cold paddling through this. These are hailstones floating on top of the water. As you saw, some of those hailstones were massive. I wonder whether the race will continue. They're nearly at the top, maybe, so it must be pretty unpleasant for them. I think they're finished now, but there's still cyclists coming past, even though half the cars have left. So I don't know whether we're allowed to pull out or not. I want to go the other way, on the opposite direction to the riders, which is maybe not a good idea. More coming through, and team cars as well. Maybe that's what they mean when they say the Vuelta is a very much more relaxed race. The organisation isn't quite as strict. I'm now driving through the King of the Mountains thing. I need to turn round on the roundabout that's up here, I hope. Well, I thought maybe they'd finished the team cars, but they're still coming through. As are motorbikes, and the occasional rider. Here's another rider. He is quite chaotic. Still quite a few riders coming in. At least I suppose they've all got the left-hand side of the road to go on, whereas all the ordinary cars like me are sitting stationary on the right-hand side. Seems very weird being caught up in it all. Well, we haven't moved at all. And you see the hotel over there, that big white building? Well, I've just learned that the hail hit so hard that the riders all stopped and ran off into that hotel. And the stage was neutralised and then cancelled, which is possibly why this chaos. Because I've been sitting here 10 minutes and the cars haven't moved, no one's moved really, so waiting to work out what's going to happen. Those are the soigneurs walking back to their team cars with the bikes of the riders, who presumably are now in the warmth of their coaches. Well, it seems as if the Garda Civil are now trying to get all the traffic onto the right-hand side of the road. That's quite a challenge, given nothing's moving and hadn't been. I've moved about 10 yards in the last half an hour, but I presume they're trying to do that, so at least the left-hand lane can be used for traffic coming the other way. So maybe some progress. I've just turned around because this is actually where I need to go, this direction, so maybe I'll just... Or maybe I can escape this way, because I don't really need to go the other way at all. I could get home the other way, but this is the best road, this is the most direct road. The mountains has disappeared, the gantry. So hopefully this way is actually open. They must have been putting this up when I drove the other way. Well, 20 kilometres to the finish, it says. The traffic cleared not long after I stopped filming. but there's still quite a lot of vehicles headed the other way that are just going to sit at the back of that queue for a long while. I've almost stopped shivering. There's no cars coming this direction, still plenty going the other way, but the sun is just coming through on the other side of the hill there, the other side of the valley. So I'm hoping in a minute I'm going to get some sun on me to warm me up, because I'm still cold. Magnificent, aren't they? I need to stop and take another photograph, I think.